Okay.
Hi, Reg. Can you let people know a little bit about your experience as an artist and the art program at Reuters?
Okay, I'm not sure I'd call myself an artist. I drew years and years and years ago, but I really only started again after like 20 years this January when I just needed some time off to think. So I went off on a short trip to Hudson, upstate, and just started drawing. They were terrible drawings. When I look at them now, I was really proud of them, but boy, are they bad. And then I just started doing more and more, and I got in with the classes, and then Leah held a gun to my head and made me do charcoal, and that was really fun. And so, what I really liked about art, especially in the pandemic world, is it gives me a chance to unwind. At the end of the day, I can sit and I can get immersed for 3, 4 hours and the nice thing about charcoal is that you can generally finish a piece in that time, or at least in 2 or 3 days of that time. So you're always working on something. And what I really like about charcoal, unlike pencil, which I used to work on, is that charcoal you both add on the page and you subtract from the page, you erase, you take away. And so to me, it's every piece I do has a process where I sketch it. It looks great, or at least I think it looks great. Then I put on the charcoal, and then I see it's not quite right, but it's nearly there. And then I adjust a bit, and I look at it, and my God, it's terrible. And then I start working back again and taking out stuff. But that's the point when it really seems to me like it's sculpture, that you're not really drawing something, you're discovering what was always there on the page. And as you take stuff away, it suddenly comes to life, and it was always there, and you're just helping it come to life. And that is a wonderful feeling.
That was amazing. Here, hold on. I'm going to stop resume. Okay, Reg, you have done a lot of work with our Black Lives Matter gallery. Can you talk to me a little bit about the inspiration behind that?
Sure. So when I started drawing, I started with the most obvious things. Myself, people I knew, people at the office, I'm never showing you those, and a whole host of those things. And then, just sort of moving along, and you keep looking for more people to draw. And then as I started on charcoal, I started looking for images that had a lot of contrast, because that would sort of test the skills and make come alive. And then right in the middle of that, John Lewis died. And when I saw his picture, I think it was probably in the Times, an old portrait of his, and I thought, well, that's a really powerful image. And I've never done a real portrait of someone in charcoal at that time. And I thought, well, it's a challenge, it's interesting, and it's meaningful, because he was a great man who did a tremendous amount for the country. And so I did one, and then Leah said, "Why'd you do one with the eyes closed?" And I thought, because that actually felt very profound and meaningful. But I did take that away, and I saw another image of him, and I thought I'll do another one. So then I did two, and I thought, well, if I want to do two, why don't I look at some of the others? And so then I went on to do Frederick Douglass and Ida B. Wells and Rosa Parks. And two of my favorite ones, Malcolm X and Angela Davis, because I remember from that era, because I'm that old, and sort of be able to pull those images out. And they had such strong faces, and clearly at turbulent and interesting times, that was really a wonderful exercise. And then from there, I moved on to authors. And so I wound up, doing Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, Ralph Ellison, James Baldwin, and then of course Chadwick Boseman and Michaela Cole, just sort of rounding out sort of this stellar group of activists and artists and talented people who, frankly, done a huge amount. So it's been really rewarding, and it feels great.
Do you feel that as you've done those, like it kind of opens the door to, I don't know, do you feel like you identify with them? Do you feel like that as you're working on a portrait, does it bring you anything?
Yeah, I mean, you look at not all of them. I mean, some of them I haven't been as happy with as others. But when I look at some of them, and it's strange, because you can see them in the photographs, but you can also see them maybe accidentally when you draw them. you can see the animation in the face. You can see the power in Malcolm X. You can see the strength of John Lewis. You can see frankly, the strength of Toni Morrison, the joy in Chadwick Boseman. You can see into their characters, and it helps you understand a little bit more about, I think, or at least helps you empathize a little bit more about the life, what they did, what they struggled against, what they hoped to achieve. And frankly, doing those makes it feel, in some ways it's terrible because it raises the stakes on anything else I feel like drawing. I sort of feel like it needs to be important, needs to be someone that matters. But that's okay because there's a lot of people that matter and a lot of people to be drawn.
That's right. You have a long road ahead of you, my friend.
Indeed.
All right, hang on.